So now we're going to customize the rate we're going to get qualified with. So MQR, we're going to customize this MQR. But in order to do that, you need to customize the contract rate, because the stress test rate, or MQR, is calculated based on the contract rate. It's contract rate plus 2%, always. It used to be that it's only for uninsured deals. However, now it's universal across insured and uninsured, that it's contract rate plus 2%. So in order to change the MQR, you have to change the contract rate. So scroll down, tap on the contract rate. Let's say it was 5.5. Now our MQR has changed to 7.5, which is 5.5 plus 2. Max purchase price also drops a little bit. When you turn auto configure, something crazy happens. There's actually 6 rates that the pre-qual uses in order to figure out what's the max. So, but what we're doing is, we haven't built it yet, but instead of giving one rate, we want to be able to give you the ability to, this is a mock-up here I'm showing, it's not real yet, but these are sort of the types of rates that the pre-qual requires. This is really what is required if you want a super accurate pre-qual. You got to give us an insured, insurable, and uninsured rate for the purchase. And also for a rental scenario, we would definitely need 3 rates. And this is going to be global, by the way. Once you set it up, it's going to be used for all your clients. I personally think it's more tedious for brokers because we're trying to make it simple. But of course, you have this little button. You can always turn it off and use rates that are synced with our system. Let's go over their BOC rate hike. So what is their BOC rate hike? It was pretty frequent in the past. Rates were just going up. And the rule is simply, it's either the BOC rate or the stress test rate. Whichever one is higher, we have to use that to do the qualification. So right now you can clearly see rates are pretty high. MQR is 706, so there's no chance that BOC will win. BOC is going to be lower than 706. However, let's say BOC jumps to 8. Now MQR is using the BOC rate instead of our contract plus 2. And of course, this has a huge impact on the max purchase price. And that's how you can sort of tell your client, if there's ever an announcement somewhere that talks about BOC rate is going to go up, you can come back here in the tool and you can try it out. You can set it to 6% and see what happens. Of course, you have to bear in mind that if there were debts, if, for example, there was a line of credit of $50,000, let's say credit limit was 100,000 and LOC, because it's over 50,000, we actually use the Bank of Canada rate amortized at 25 AM to figure out the minimum payment. And you can actually tap on this, scroll over to TDS and see, oh, there it is. Our payments would have been $3,838 per year. But it's because it's using Bank of Canada rate. And if you were to modify this BOC rate, then it's not just using it for the mortgage payments, it's also using it for your liabilities, especially the ones that need to be amortized over 25 years. We're using the BOC rate. So the tool is very connected. You change one thing here, it will try to be up to date with everything else. So that, let's say you have 20 line of credits and you want to check what happens with the Bank of Canada rate hike, you don't technically have to go to every single one of those line of credits and modify the BOC rate. It does it for you.